Okay, so we're back for episode 22. Now, I should make something known. I did do something off screen. Um, I investigated what it would take to get a succession law passed, and what I discovered was, remember, this was elective before, and what I discovered was that I needed everybody to like me, which was a problem because the Count of Ossory um, was one of my rivals and didn't. So I had to pay him off, which is why my money's gone back down to 2. And that allowed me to change the laws once. And even though I couldn't change them to primogeniture, I could at least change them to gavelkind, which would allow my son Philip to succeed to the throne without too much issue. So we did clear up the succession problem. And now we're really looking at our next step in this war. We have taken over enough of Scotland that we only need one more piece of it. And as you know, we're currently at truce with Scotland, at least as long as the current Scottish king lives. And he's a fairly young dude. But there's also the possibility that the Scottish revolt might activate again. And we could try to steal one last piece off of them. We're also about 2 years away from being at peace with them. So we really need to build up our money right now. But I also need to find ways to get claims on Scotland cheap. And there is a way to do it without having the Chancellor go about and fake your signature on a bunch of strange land deeds and family tree options. And that is to find somebody who's got a claim and just bring them in. So the guy I had in mind, well, there are 2 territories I'm really looking at. There's Strathern. Strathern is ruled by a woman who is fairly young, so she'll probably still be there in 10 years, which means that we could probably use a weak claim against her in order to grab her territory. The other place is Athol. And I'm leaning toward Athol, partially because it's a crown county, and although we'd have to give Athol to the person who has a claim on it, it would force the king into another territory. And it also means that Strathern and the Isles, which are going to become part of the Duchy of Albany, one of them would become free, not for me to just walk into, but because the woman who owns both of them couldn't rule both of them. If I took one over, it means I would actually get to include it in my domain. Because to make this work, I'll have to give up a piece of territory, most likely Lothian. Just to get things to work. So here's how we do this. So we go to Athol, we click on the big shield, we click on little things that says claimants, and it gives us a list of people who have a claim on the county of Athol. And then there's one guy who would be willing to join us. And so we're going to invite him to our court. As a backup plan, I'm also going to do the same thing to Strathern. and bring this guy to our court. Otherwise, we're just going to try to recover money. So that's our plan for right now. Hopefully that will start to go away. Okay. I can either get more opinion from my bishop, or I can gain some piety. I'm going to go ahead and get piety. Now, Scotland and England are still at war down here. Okay, first guy showed up. Second guy showed up. All right. Now, since the first guy is a commander, I'm going to go ahead and relieve our level 9 commander in favor of the Earl of Dunbar, who I did not realize I had. I mean, he's the guy who's in charge of the new county we just picked up. So yeah, that's fantastic. Geez, what else is? I mean, what else could you want? Well, okay, maybe a better spy master. Do I have a better spy master? No, not really. Now, going over to my court. Okay. He's not married. Now I've got another courtier who is not married too. All right. Hopefully that will take care of that. And now we're just going to part of it's going to be waiting and seeing what happens, because I'm not sure what all the dancing around is here. Pretty sure England should be pretty close to winning this war. Huh? Oh, good. We're down one smuggler ring. There's still 2 more. There's unfortunately one in Argyle, and I think there's one in Galloway. Of course she does. Still not sure what to do about this Duke of Orkney situation, but I think what I'm just going to do is let it happen and then launch a de jure claim war on what, Leinster? All right, so now we're in the new year. 86, more messages. Okay. One of my daughters having a productive career doing something. Okay, I don't know why they're fighting in Wales. I do know why the Castilian army is here. Needs strange alliance friends sort of situations. Oh, and the Earl of Essex is evidently revoking Northampton. That must have just happened. Random Scottish troops moving around my territory here. All right, I think I might try to have a summer fair here. Oh, jeez. Yo, court chaplain, dude. I need you to go preach to the peoples. And we'll try to enjoy ourselves. Now I'm watching is 10,000. I guess what the English are having problems with is there's no obvious siege target for them. Because ordinarily they would have sieged, one of the border Scottish territories. They've already been paranoid once. So now I think they're just standing there waiting for the war to end. Which in one sense is okay, because that means that if hostilities between me and Scotland break out again, and, okay. I'm going to let the summer fair end before I go deal with the peasants. There we go. Hopefully this will be enough men. Get to try out Duke Henry and his awesome 22 military rating. Okay. Peasants got reinforcements somehow. But peasants don't have great combat rating as far as I can tell. And he was able to convert them to Catholicism. Ah, we have the return of the Scottish Revolt. Hold on. I need to see what the return of the Scottish Revolt is doing here. Also trying to figure out where exactly the return of the Scottish Revolt. Yeah, I get that. Okay. Now this is important because even if it's just Gowrie, okay, I need to know what's going on. Okay, it looks to me like the Scottish Revolt is these three territories. Actually, it's the entire Duchy of Albany because this is the lady who controls Strathern also controls these things. So I think if we want to make our move, we have to make it now. We have to make it on Strathern. Hopefully we can do this without calling up any of the other people into the scenario here. But yeah, this is basically the gift I was looking for. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First thing, we need to court. Okay, that's I don't think that Okay, fine. You. I need to make you the need to make you the Duke, or not the Duke. I need to make you the Count of Lothian. Okay, that gives me that. Now, I'm going to raise 6,000 men and hope that it's enough. We're going to have those guys join up in Clydesdale. Sure, I don't have any random. Everything's pretty well concentrated, which is kind of the way I want it. Right? No longer have a smuggler's ring in Galloway. Got William, Talor, and Henry. So we got 3 guys all ranked above 20 in charge of the army. And they're going to go into Stratthurn. And my marshal is currently not doing anything. Well, she needs to get off her butt. Oh, that's right. She was in Lothian. I just gave Lothian away. But I did it for a purpose. All right. Siege time. We're going to speed this up. All right, we have killed all the smugglers. Yay for us. Scottish army is currently not very big. I don't, I mean, it could be a race. I mean, it could be that the Scottish revolt will overthrow Scotland before we... Up. We lost Bishop Gavin. That's disappointing. Okay. Starting to feel like the peasants just... I'm going to have to let Connacht handle that by itself. I mean, I could raise levies, from like Ulster or somewhere. But I really want to avoid doing that so that I can get these vassal penalties down. Okay, I don't know why we're having conversations with this woman, Helvis, but we are. think Scotland is trying to reinforce its army. That's why it's hanging out in its own territory, not going anywhere. Meanwhile, I'm trying to rip the heart out of the Duke of Albany before he can get too far in his rebellion. And I'm hoping that this Connaughton army will go and do something interesting, since I can't command them. Okay, Holger Richardson, who is a kinsman of mine. Now, Holger, I could use... All right, if their war score against Scotland gets too high, I will have to intervene and save them. Let's see what story. Yeah, I get that. Wait. Did your dad die? I did lose that warning about inheritance. He's still heir to the Duchy of Orkney. Okay, well, I guess that solved the problem, unless I sent the message away. All right, they're no longer angry with me about levy issues. We still have 2 more things we have to besiege in Athol before it's taken. Scottish army has repaired itself to at least 1,000 men. Looks like they may be ready to besiege Gowrie. Not sure that's the best move for them. And now we have 3 sieges going on at the same time. All with sort of very different objectives. All 3 of us want Scotland. Two of us think we know how we can get it. One of us trying to hang on after fighting a couple of debilitating wars. All he did was cross into Northumberland. He figured, hey, we can grab this while the English are busy with the problems of owning Greece, which again is also kind of ridiculous that the English own Greece. Okay. We have Athol. Or we have Strathern. We need to... We need to beat their army up once. And then, I guess, advance into Fife. Since that's the only place they can go. Okay, they broke our middle on a reckless charge. I'm hoping I didn't lose anybody. No, I don't. I don't want to fight the Scots if I don't have to. I got a lot of kinswomen. Okay, now I know I'm going to beat. The thing is, I have to immediately be ready to march into Strathern. Sad thing is, they're going to be reinforcing the whole time. The advantage that I'm not going to get. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Okay, that's not. Barbara is not. not a daughter of mine. Oh, okay, she's one of these. All right, well, I was kind of expecting them to give us a message about potentially being able to form or usurp Scotland, but it looks to me that we're still a county short. Okay, let's see if I get this right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So with 17 counties and you need 51%, you would think you would need to control 9. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should have the right number. But it's not looking like the math is working for the game somehow. I also would need probably enough money in order to usurp the title. So with that in mind, we're just gonna have to keep going. For the moment, keep building up our cash. Keep looking out for opportunities. Like for instance with Gowrie, see there are no claimants to Gowrie. And Fife is controlled by the same guy. There's no claimants to Fife either. So it's not like we're going to be able to do it that way. Although we could attempt to have our diplomat run out there and try to stick a flag on it. Although we are technically at peace with the revolt for 10 years. We're 5 years away from going to war with Scotland again. And of course, we pretty much established that that'll probably be over Athol. Actually, nobody's got claim on the Hebrides. Okay, we restored Breffin to Catholicism, so that was good. The Orkney problem seems to resolved itself. It looks like Essex is going to revoke Northampton from the guy who has it. Okay, at this point, I'm going to send my Chancellor. Well, I'm just so old. You know, if there was a succession, then it would be worthwhile sending my Chancellor to make claims because I have a pretty good guarantee that he'd get it done quickly. Okay, that's not good. I've seen this sort of line of questioning before. All right, Mr. Chancellor. I need you to make good on some money here. Fortunately, that's in the well, no more grand hunts for us. We've got everything. Our health has been negatively affected one too many times. Okay, well, I don't need you hiding around in here anymore. Okay, what's going on in Catness? Oh, evidently just that's where the Scottish revolt is these days. I'm thinking they're probably going to win this. It's just going to take time for Scotland to repair its army, which is what they're doing right now. Still, life is still good if you're the Fatimid Caliphate. I see. Well, we got some stuff going on over here, although I'm not really sure what it is. Yeah, I'm thinking the Scottish Revolt's going to win. Now, I don't know what that means as far as the diplomatic picture. I appreciate it, Steward. Your efforts are always highly appreciated. All right, I think we're going to run it to the end of this year, and then we'll pause it, and then we'll pick back up. Okay, hold on for a sec. Okay, Courtier Magnus, fine. Oh, that's not good. I fall into the temptation of slothfulness. There are things I've neglected in my castle, things that I should have done, and I postponed them. Have mercy on my soul. Yeah, let's do the whole God have mercy on our soul route. Okay, so I have someone in my court named Ada who is not currently married. Oh, that's right. She's the... Oh, that's neat. Duke of Greater Poland it is. I think while I was doing that, the year turned on me. All right, so now at the end of this year, we'll go ahead and cut it off and come back next time. Yeah, I've just been trying to steal Scottish Czech just as much as I can. Okay, we're gonna try to speed up here through the end of the year. I'm pretty much focused my attention on Scotland right now because I thought we had enough territory to usurp the Kingdom of Scotland. Okay, evidently I have a lower crown authority in Ireland problem. Wow, that took a long time to fire. Who's not doing anything? All that effort to become the court chaplain, and what does he do? Okay, did we get the feasts back? No, we didn't. Uh, all right. I don't know what's happened to the feasts. I don't. Maybe my character has done something unforgivable. I don't know. All right. Then we'll stop it here, and I'll see you guys next time.